Good morning, everybody. I'm Old Man Sugarheart, and today we're playing Final Fantasy XIV. Last week, we killed the Pope. I honestly don't know where we go from here. Oh my, good morning. Good morning. How are you? Welcome, Master Sugarheart. Shall I show you inside the manor? Good morning and good luck. Thank you. Yeah, it's... I needed work done on my house. And in order to do that, I needed to work on my house. So, like, normally I, recover on the weekend a little bit. Enough that I'd survive the next week, but it did not happen that way. If I run any dungeons, let you know. Ah, that's sweet. I do all the dungeons solo, though. I feel like that way I can do, little tours. That's why this is a social anxiety run. I only associate with other people if I really, really have to. I don't think there are any trials on the docket. I think we've got the anti-towers, the next thing we run. I hope that's the one with creepy dolls, because that's my favorite one. Fortuitous timing as always, Old. Tadaru was about to brief me on the search for our missing comrades. If you would be so kind, then. Absolutely. You'll be pleased to hear that Riel and his men have been making excellent progress. You remember how Flamin helped me to escape the Crystal Braves in Limsa Lominsa, only then to disappear? Well, according to Riel, she crept aboard a ship bound for Radzat Han, where she's been hiding ever since. He assures me that it won't be long until we're reunited. As for Ida and Papalimo, the remains of their link pearls have been found. And in Pearl Lane, of all places, Riel thinks they must have disposed of them after escaping the Royal Promenade. Yes, that would make sense. They couldn't risk being eavesdropped upon by our betrayers. We're all but certain they fled the city shortly after, though we still don't have a clue where they went. You see, and what of Thancred and Minfilia? I'm afraid I have nothing new to share about those two, but it's not all doom and gloom. The good news is we've enlisted the services of a Charlian scholar, one of the students of Baldesion, to aid in the search, who should be arriving any day now. One of the students, you say? I'd very much like to meet this scholar, if time permits. But first, we must attend to a more pressing matter. Sir Amaric has summoned the two of us for a private audience. The messenger did not specify what he wished to discuss, only that it was urgent. Assuming you have no objections, Old, I suggest we proceed to the congregation forthwith. Mayhap we can meet with the scholar afterwards. Agreed? Yeah. In that case, I'll return the Forgotten Knight for now. Things are liable to fall apart if I'm gone for too long, you know? Yeah. Ah, I can read. The miracle. I was kind of doubting my ability. With Amaric, I think. I'm going crazy. Am I? I feel like there's a shortcut. I'll go ahead and teleport. Imagine teleporting probably is the shortcut I'm thinking of. Oh, Firmalbert. The Lord Commander is within. Pray proceed, sir. Yeah.
Thank you for coming. I wish to speak with you both in a place where privacy was assured.
Diddy.
We quite understand. What was it that you wished to discuss?
You meowing at everybody?
With my father's passing, the seat of the Archbishop lies vacant. And so, in accordance with canon law, I have assumed his responsibilities. I should stress that this is a temporary measure. It was never intended that the Lord Commander of the Temple Knights serve in this capacity indefinitely. Quite the opposite. The statutes specify that I should surrender my powers as soon as a conclave of the senior clergy and the high houses have named a new archbishop.
I was actually wondering how that went down.
But in light of recent events, that would not seem appropriate.
I confess I did not expect you to divulge quite so much quite so soon. The details of the Archbishop's plans, perhaps, but the true origin of the war and all it entails?
I too had concerns. But when the Warrior of Light is witnessed returning to the capital upon the back of a dragon, one's options are rather limited. Mayhap I could have concealed certain details, but for how long? And at what risk? Should the truth have come to light in the meantime, how would the people have viewed my silence? After 1,000 years of lies and secrecy, I could not well abuse their trust and hope to be believed. The time for deception has passed. I only wish the people agreed. That some would deny the truth I had anticipated, but not this many. And among the few who acknowledged that my father had to be stopped, no small number question our methods.
If they suspect a coup, it will not be long before some turn to violence.
It has already begun, and that on both sides. Men and women of the cloth are being harassed in the streets. Hilda and her people have formed a watch to help us maintain order, but such measures will not prevent the unrest from spreading.
For all our talk of peace, the people remain frightened and confused. For their sake, we must bring the Dragonsong War to a definitive end.
And we should be glad to help you, Sir Emmerich. But what precisely would you have us do?
We wish to treat with the dragons of Annex Trine. To that end, I would trouble you for an escort and an introduction.
Annex Trine? You would speak with Vidofnir, then?
Throws me off how small Alphinaud is sometimes. A tiny boy.
We must needs open a dialogue between our peoples. Acting as my representative, Lucia will extend an invitation to their leader, that she might visit us here in Ishgard. Were she still with us, I would of course have beseeched Isel's assistance in this matter. But as she is not, I must ask that you aid us in her stead. Will you do us this favor?
You're...
Thank you, my friends. Lucia, I leave the rest to you.
Did they ever mention how old Alphinaud is? You're like 13?
In the wake of the Archbishop's fall, the nation of Ishgard trembled, the faith of her people shaken to its very core. For 1,000 years had they fought and died, certain of the justice of their cause, only to be told that their holy war was born of the sins of their forefathers.
16 or so?
What then for those brave men and women, thus stripped of their righteousness but to despair, to deny the truth and decry its speakers? And what then for those whom they defamed but to hope on, to have faith in a brighter tomorrow? A tomorrow in which man and dragon might live together in harmony, then as distant as the very stars in the heavens.
Arr.
Yet while we dared to
Dragon.
hope, deep within his lair the enemy lay, gathering his strength. Nidhogg, now possessed of his 2 eyes and the body of the Azure Dragoon, prizes to which he had laid claim at the very hour of the hero's triumph.
I'd completely forgotten about that over the past week.
As desperately as we sought the solace of peace, the great worm craved the misery of war. Nor was he alone in his misbegotten desire.
Whoa, this bot is sentient? Which bot do you mean? Do I have Restream bot running, or are you accusing my YouTube viewers of being a bot? I know little of these lands, the lands dragons call home. This annexed shrine. Do you not agree, Desk, or me, the coming journey would seem far more daunting prospect. I confess, I myself once shuddered at the thought of it, yet even the longest journey begins with the first step, does it not? But ere we set forth, old, I must needs inform our comrade of our plans. Very well. I shall see to my preparations. And let us go and bid farewell to Tataru, old. I feel like 16-year-olds are a little taller than that. I mean, I wasn't, but I also stopped growing at 16. Like, I capped out. It was weird. People told me, like, all the way up to 30, like, you can still have a growth spurt. Like, it bothered me. I was like, guys, I'm not delusional. Just short. My character is massive. Is it too massive? Oh, I see. A bot answering your Alphinaud age question. Nope. That's a YouTube viewer. That's Designs. Although Designs is an amazing YouTube name to get. You can just straight up do anything with that account name. But my character is massive. Oh! Thought you meant my VTuber avatar for a second. But yeah, I did make my guy massive. I am mad, I guess. Forget that, like, 8 feet tall isn't normal. So, what is your secret meeting about? I'm all ears. Diplomatic mission to annex the shrine, you say? I suppose that does take precedent. But should your meeting with Vidofnir happen to end early, you might consider rendezvousing with Y'shtola in Idleshire. She'll be there to receive our guests. Don't get me wrong, your meeting with the dragon is terribly important, and everything, but this scholar just happens to be... Poor little Alphinaud. I'm permitting. As I said, we shall endeavor to join Y'shtola, but if we cannot, pray pass on our regards. Let us be off, old. We have kept the first commander waiting long enough. Alpha is as almost as tall as your character, if not just as tall. I like being extremely tall. Final Fantasy XIV. A lot of people like being extremely short. But it's just funny in like a cutscene when like my head is cut off, or like the person I'm talking to has to look up to talk to me. I enjoy it. I don't get to experience that in real life. Yeah, Restream bot just shares chat across platforms. Yep. Ready? You are ready then? Good. So am I. Ooh. Give me some hot cocoa. What a delight.